We'll open it up with a statement from Coach Plaisance, and then we'll go to questions to her and her two players.
Well, I've always wanted to be in a position to say this because, and I've said it at other times, and maybe it didn't get around as much, but something that we say every day in the huddle is all things are possible through the Lord Jesus Christ, and I want to make that perfectly clear, that I give all the glory and praise to Him, and I'm not trying to be philosophical or anything. I felt it. There was a reason why we came in the way that we did, and I couldn't be any prouder of these women. At shoot-around today, I was teary-eyed, literally. I'm sitting there watching them through a normal shoot-around, and normally I'm over here. Come on, y'all. We got to get it. We got to get it fired up. What are y'all doing? We're not talking enough. All this other kind of stuff. I couldn't say anything. I'm like, they got it. They got it. I huddled them up literally and said, y'all, we can end shoot-around right now. No, Coach, we're going to do this. I'm like, geez, I need to end practice more often. They get more fired up. So, but anyway, I can't be any more pleased with the women. And let me say this. Hats off to Matt Daniels and his crew at Central Arkansas. He's a class act. His staff is a class act. His players are class acts. They have achieved a lot, and they deservingly so. And I can't say enough for their heart and their hustle out there. It was a great game out there tonight, and both teams were battling. Neither team wanted to give it up, and I'm just thankful that at the end of the day, we sort of won the war. So,
questions for Coach?
Coach, you all got up to a quick start tonight. Let's talk about the start of the game. It was like it's like you mentioned in practice, they were ready to go.
Well, that too, and a little bit to the defensive side of the ball. I happen to be a defensive person a lot. And so we did do some things that hopefully could disrupt their comfort zone, if you will. And it was a little risky because they have so many weapons on the outside. On any given day, anybody can launch a three deep. And again, that's just ultimate respect for that program. But we had to take some chances, and hats off to these women for executing. Not that I'm going to get into the whole defensive scheme right now, but we did some quirky things. And anybody that's followed us all year realized that we're a matchup zone, and we played strictly man-to-man tonight, but they did what they had to do. And again, couldn't be any prouder of these ladies.
The second half, when it looks like UCA was attempting to take control of the game, the girls responded. What did you all talk about at halftime to just keep that momentum and that energy going?
Well, I made some adjustments from our bench players, and then what I told them with much conviction, because we were in this position before when we met UCA at Nichols, and with much convictions, I said, I'm stating this as a matter of fact. I'm not even telling you this is what you need to do. The matter of fact is you're going to keep your momentum up. You're going to keep your passion. You're going to keep your enthusiasm. And as a matter of fact, you're not going to lose it. And then we made some other adjustments. But that was it. I wasn't even going to question their, maybe potential fizzle.
Coach, you talk about defense. Herbert didn't score a point. I think she only had 2 shots in the first half. What did y'all do? I know she went 16 and 20 in the second half, but what did y'all do in the first half to really control her?
Well, I mean, she's not Player of the Year in the conference for nothing. She's an outstanding player, and let me just say this again. What a player of character. I mean, she's just a great character, a great person of character, and we knew we had to contain her, and it was by committee. We had 3 different players. We had Alicia Allen, Jasmine Hoskins, and at times Leanne had to pick her up. And the plan was to front her and deny her a touch. And then we had to help and double team down. And it wasn't an automatic who was going to go. It was dependent on who's on the court, because even though they all could shoot, they had some a little more lethal than the other. So it was by committee in terms of communicating, in terms of this is the one that's coming over on the help, but you had to double and triple it. You can't stay one-on-one, and that's in the past why I've sort of shied away. How can you go man-to-man against a team like UCA with players like that? But, like I said, we came up with a game plan, and it was the kids that executed it.
Alicia gets in early foul trouble. She almost hits the whole entire first half. Leanne steps up, in that point role and just goes off? I mean, just talk about what she was able to do stepping up in that offensive role tonight.
Well, Leanne always has had the potential offensively, and she's demonstrated that throughout the year. What I think she had 32 points. Good number, but but I can tell you where I'm, and I think I'm not trying to avoid your question, but I'm getting off on a little sidebar here. It was her defensive play. You know, Leanne McCarthy, she's an offensive weapon, okay? But she came in tonight and she stayed committed to protecting the gaps, closing down on shooters, getting rebounds. And without her defensive play, and it's not necessarily her numbers. I'm not even sure what her rebounds were, but her ability, her confidence to shrink that gap and then get out on that shooter, that's what we needed from her tonight. And that's where she stepped up big. In terms of Alicia Allen coming out, the matchup on Hebert sort of was a wash because we were able to come in with Jasmine Hoskins. But you know, after that, you know, it's her defensive effort tonight that, and she better bring it in 2 days. I'm gonna run her after something.
Yeah, 32.7 for 10 behind the 3-point. I think you hit your very first shot, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, you were feeling it tonight.
Yes, sir. Right now, I'm just very speechless. I'm so excited. We just beat the #1 team. Congrats to UCA. They're a really good team. We lost them twice, and we did it when it counted. So I'm just very excited.
But when Alicia did get in a little foul trouble and you had to kind of pick it up a little bit, did you feel that responsibility that you had to kind of look for your shot a little more?
No, actually, it was all the teamwork, honestly. We worked hard. We know we had a person, a big player who's in foul trouble. We just know everyone had to step up.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Someone talk about the defensive effort that you all did, especially in the second half when UCA attempted to close the gap and you all picked up the momentum and extended the game.
Well, I must say, Coach always preaches about, you know, finishing strong, and tonight that's what we had to do. On the defensive end, I feel like that was the main key of, you know, coming out with the W, and that's what we did.
That was kind of the key because y'all played them twice before, and really y'all just didn't finish those games. Had big leads, lost them, erased the big lead, let them get back out. That was the difference. So y'all just finished it, huh?
Absolutely. Yes.
Just talk about that a little bit, how y'all got that momentum swing in that second half after they did make that push, and how y'all started feeling that adrenaline going.
Well, I believe from the beginning of the game it was very, very important to keep the energy going and the intensity as a team. We kept that going throughout the whole game. We lifting up our players, you know, being aggressive, ball pressure, everything. So everything came together. I feel like we finished strong as a whole, and we played as a unit, and we played together, and that was what most important. So we got the W.